In January of 2008, I bought a property knowing fine well it was probably going to go down in price substantially and not be worth what I paid for it for quite a while. Why would I do that? I'll tell you. Hi, my name is Stephen Berg, and I'm a realtor at Century 21 Executives and leader of the Berg Homes team. And right now, we've got a market where people are thinking that over the next little while, property prices are going to continue to soften up. And I'm telling them all my story. And you're probably wondering why a person like myself, who's got the finger on the economic indicators, a really good handle on where house prices are going, would do such a silly thing. Well, the main reason was my wife at the time refused to rent, and she kind of spelled out on paper for me how expensive that would be and how much hassle it would be if our landlords decide to sell, etc., etc. So this really should be called why on hindsight I think I'm smart for buying at the time when I did. But looking back, the prices did soften up after January 2008, and they continued to do so until late 2013. Um, so my property for a long time was worth substantially less than I paid for it. The prices did start to even out and started to even go up late 2015, and we've seen what's happened since. But imagine if I had rented a house January 2008 and managed to time it perfectly at the end of 2013. And timing a market perfectly is tough because you don't really know where the top and bottom of a market is until several months afterwards. But let's just say I did. When I add up what it would cost me to rent that type of property for those 5 years or so, it would have been substantially more than it would have saved me because house prices didn't go down by $200,000. Also, I had the security of it in my own home, of course, and I was paying down the equity. So regardless of what the actual price was doing, my bottom line was getting better and better because I was paying it down. And so eventually I did sell in 2020, and nowhere near as high as it is now, but I made hundreds of thousands of dollars on my house. So it turned out to be a pretty smart move. But at the time, I was really hesitant to buy. That's the truth. And I was doing what a lot of people are doing now, trying to get a great deal. And I would go up to sellers and be making offers way below what the property was worth and showing them all the graphs and all the economic indicators and all the reasons why they should give me a deal on the property, which, looking back on it was a bit silly. It's like going into a car dealership and saying, hey, this is a brand new car, but it's going to be worth $20,000 less a year from now. I'll take it off your hands at next year's price and get it off the lot for you. Nobody's going to do that. Just as nobody's going to sell your house for less than it's worth today. They might give you a bit of a deal. I ended up getting 2% off the property that I purchased in 2008, but I certainly didn't get $100,000 off or $50,000 off. And as I mentioned, on hindsight, it turned out to be great for me. If you're looking to buy a home right now and you're worried about what's going to go on, if you think you might have to sell it in the next year or two, it may be smarter for you to rent. But if you're thinking long term, you just want a great place to live, you want to be able to put down some roots, build up your equity, don't sweat the short term stuff. Think long term. Right now is a great time because so many people are hesitant. You get your pick of all the homes. Not like in spring. There's loads of great homes right now out there, and you can pick the one you want, the one you're going to be happy with. And I can tell you, when I looked in 2008, I saw that every time the market dropped for a substantial amount of time, when it came back, it always burst through and went much higher than the previous peak. So our all-time peak is February, and we're down about 25% from that. So if you're buying a house now, it's probably a pretty safe bet. At some time in the future, you're going to make at least a 25% return on your investment. Nothing in life is guaranteed, of course, but it worked out great for me. If you're looking for a home right now, don't start overthinking. Think long term. Take care and bye bye.